The society appears to be constantly experiencing some sort of addictions that aren't beneficial in one or another way. Whether it's smoking or drinking, taking light or heavy drugs, overeating or watching TV, internet porn or arguing, gossiping, or having a conservative point of view without considering or accepting others' points. I could have mentioned an Indian list of destructive habits of disturbing nature, although I would like also to point out the beneficial addictions that take place in everyday life and bring at least subjectively positive effects on us. We may consider practicing physical exercises like gymnastics, jogging or biking, swimming or shaping, yoga or meditation, qigong or any other alternative improving body and soul concepts. To underline the above said, we tend to develop either positive or negative repeatable behavior during our lifetime. But the major idea is to define what stands behind all of it and causes the consequences that follow them. In an early age, we tend to develop a certain way of response that is developed by the social behavior input like our family or friends, TV, fashion, or local culture. That is by no means has a tremendous impact on what habits we are most likely to develop in the future, how they objectively affect our lives. To start with, it would be fair to underline one of the most widespread addictive negatives that is, in one or another way, tend to drag us back, like alcohol, for example. Despite its negative consequences, it had developed a great deal of traditional impact all around the world. People tend to drink alcohol every time they feel emotionally excited, either in a positive or opposite way. Alcohol consumption increases whenever we have holidays, celebrations, or simply attending bar on the weekends. Sometimes booze consumption exceeds its amount by unplanned events like great breakthroughs in life that may be related to material success or career. But on the other hand, humans also tend to drink whenever they feel sad or have some unresolved complications in life. The second reason seems to be more serious than the previously described uplifted events like a celebration or something. Alcohol seems to increase the emotional level from the current state of mind, therefore happiness appears to be higher when drinking, and in opposite, sadness gets more severe. Sometimes one of the reasons alcohol gets in place from unresolved childhood traumas or phobias. Loneliness and shyness in early may likely to be compensated by alcohol addiction that elusively dissolves all the previous problems for the developing into regular drinking. Even when those issues gets resolved, the person continues to drink because it's already became a constant habit of everyday life, and the only thing that can help is that self-realization of the fact. Realization of things that no longer require compensating what you already don't have. With time, your perception has been significantly changed and you react in a completely different way to the things that require alcohol usage in the past. The understanding of the mention above will increase the chances to give up what you no longer require. There are two different brains that are involved into this process. The first one is the conscious human brain that's responsible for decision making, and the second one is the animal instinctive brain that generates and keeps the habits, falsely making you think that you need it for survival. Every time you have an emotional change, it makes think of that habit, particularly alcohol, for example. To avoid such craving, one can distinguish two different brains, the conscious decision-making human one and the unconscious instinctive animal brain. Therefore, every time you experience that urge and craving to drink, that's your primitive part in play, which in fact is not you. It wants to drink, but not you, so that is a problem. This technique may successfully help you to decrease the consumption of an alcohol beverages and even get rid of many others. Once again, it's all up to you how conscious you are about quitting something and changing your life. For more personally jogging has become an alternative for me to quit smoking. This addictive habit naturally atrophied, being replaced by something more helpful. But again, it's all about deep self realization, whether you truly desire the change.